Hey guys, this is Josh. Welcome to my channel. Today we've got the awesome pleasure of visiting the George Golf Club, one of the places where I also did my press ups. So enjoy. We're going to go through a bit of history of the place, get some lacquer footage about the courses and what's all to offer here. Thanks. Enjoy. From Kiewit's Nest to top 10 in 100 years. The story of a golf course. 1886. It really started 140 years ago. Laura Dumbleton, after visiting England in that year, not only brought home a husband for her sister Cecil, but also managed to squeeze in some clubs and balls into the must take back to Africa bag. At Oakhurst, which is near Hookville, a 3-hole course was quickly constructed and a few visitors to the Dumbleton family escaped without first being initiated into the game, being described as legend has it, by the Chinese over 200 years ago, as the torture of 1,000 slices. On the farm Lancewood, some 10 miles away, Mr. William Robertson soon followed suit and built his own 3-hole course. No records exist to confirm whether reciprocity existed between the neighbors. 1890. A friend of the Dumbletons, the then manager of Standard Bank, Mr. Bain's father, saw the potential, and with foresight and meticulous planning known to his profession, he extended the game to be played alongside what is now the Hospital Road, not far from the current greens and fairways. The golf course, not only the rough, consisted of unmanageable heather and greens, sand, could not be protected from common-age cattle and the ever-present donkeys. 1906. Despite the above-mentioned handicaps, the golf club was formed in 1906 with the Honourable Mr. Justice Graham as the first president. Having moved around town in an effort to dodge the menacing heather, a 9-hole course was constructed on the original site some 10 years later and opened by the mayor, H.W. Parsons, driving a ball off a 6-inch mud tree. During this period, Bill Schreiner and Sport Pienaar of rugby fame lost a golf bag in the heather and then proceeded to find a Kiewit's Nest with 2 eggs in the cup on the green. 1930. Probably after several more Kiewit episodes, Mr. H.J. Robenheimer was delegated with the task of constructing a proper 18-hole golf course. The well-known Mr. C.M. Murray from Wynberg was the golf course architect, who should be credited to a large extent with the layout of the course as it is today. 1940. The Second World War brought a new class of membership to the George Golf Club. The 61st Squadron of the Royal Air Force was stationed at George, and all the officers, whether they played golf or not, became honorary members. They added to the spice and life at the club and provided one of the earliest aerial photographs of the course. 1950. A new clubhouse was built and almost immediately extended due to the demand. A new era had started with the George Club, becoming more popular every year. In 1952, the British Australian amateur women golf teams visited George. The British amateur team, the men, played against Southwestern Districts on the 6th of February 1952. During these years, the club had about 60 members, with 24 on a Saturday being considered a very crowded field. Entrance fee was 2 guineas and a new ball cost a 1/6. Bobby Locke carded a gross 71 at George on the 8th of December 1954. 1960. The George municipality approached the club with the request to move the 10th and 11th fairways to make room for a rugby stadium. This resulted in the course being extended to include the current holes number 12 and 13. 1970. The club's strength and enthusiasm for the game was apparent when the Southern Cape golf team won the South African Country Districts competition in Phalaborwa in 1971. 2 of the members of that victorious team, Jack Parsons and John Mitchell, are still stalwarts of George today. During these years, George also hosted the South Africa Interprovincial competition for the first time. The course was clearly fulfilling its potential as one of the great golf courses in South Africa. 1980. French and Spanish senior teams played at George, extending its already growing international reputation as a wonderful golfing experience. The new clubhouse was built and officially opened by Captain David de Vries during 1983. During this period, John Mitchell dominated the Southwestern District's Open Amateur Championship, the Franklin Cup, winning it no less than 7 times. Jack Parsons won the cup in 1961. The great prospect, Louis Oosthuizen, won in 2001 and 2002. The local boys again showed their talent and commitment by winning the SA Country Districts Tournament in 1989, and again most recently in Rustenburg in 2004, with no less than 5 members of the team of George. 1990. The 90s, as everywhere in the world, brought changes, and the club was no exception. In 1993, the entire course layout was modernized by the construction of 18 new greens, 9 of them in totally new positions. Several new trees were built, and the number of bunkers was increased from only 9 to the existing 33. The task was undertaken by Philip Passon, greenkeeper at the time, with input and assistance from, among others, Koos Sieberhagen, captain from 1997 and 98, Club Pro Vaughan Tucker, and Dave Perry. Thank you for joining me on my trip today. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me, and I really appreciate all your guys' eyes. If you liked the video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and YouTube will let you know as soon as a new one comes out. Stay safe and stay strong.